discussed of. One of them is erectile dysfunction. Do we understand what is erectile dysfunction? Erectile dysfunction is basically a condition where is when the person wants to intercourse is not able to have complete erection of the penis, right? Which is not enough to complete the act of coitus. Okay? So how frequent is it? 1 in 6 men with infertility has erectile dysfunction or premature ejaculation. We'll also try to understand what is premature, how premature is premature, right? So why does it happen? It's common in people with metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes, and the causes of erectile dysfunction are multifactorial, and 30% of men with erectile dysfunction have coexistent testosterone deficiency or hypogonadism, right? Usually it is up to 52% of erectile dysfunction in non-institutionalized men, and specific prevalence of minimal, moderate and complete erectile dysfunction is given here, right? So ये तो theory था. What we need to understand is how does erection happen. Then we can understand when it's not happening and why is it not happening, right? तो यहाँ पे ये flow chart है. Can we have a look at it? So this is our hypothalamus जहाँ से we get GnRH which goes to the pituitary and it produces LH and FSH. This LH is the reason for production of testosterone, and FSH in turn helps in production of inhibin. All goes to the testes from the Leydig cells and Sertoli cells. And this LH directly acts, FSH directly acts on the Sertoli cells, LH acts on Leydig cells. Leydigs will produce testosterone, estrogen and DHT which is dihydrotestosterone. Sertoli produces inhibin B. Right? So what happens is this testosterone, estrogen and DHT has a positive feedback on the hypothalamus for further production, and that is how furthermore LH, FSH is produced and furthermore testosterone is produced. So if anywhere there's a break in this flow chart, that is where erectile dysfunction will set in. So for any reason if the testosterone is low, there will be erectile dysfunction, right? So what are the causes when we can think of low testosterone? एग्जाम्पल दे रही हूँ. वाई इज मेटाबॉलिक सिंड्रोम हियर? क्योंकि ओबेसिटी होगी, एडिपोज टिश्यू ज़्यादा होगा. एडिपोज टिश्यू में क्या होता है, क्या कन्वर्जन होता है, आप बताओ.
डायबिटीज पेशेंट में होगा टेस्टोस्टेरोन लो.
हाउ? जैसे डायबिटीज में तो होगा, मेटाबॉलिक सिंड्रोम में तो होगा, ये तो हमने याद किया, बट कैसे हो रहा है? तो बेसिकली जितना ज़्यादा एडिपोज टिश्यू होगा उसके पास, वो फैट हो या फिर विसरल फैट ही क्यों ना हो, एनी फॉर्म ऑफ फैट में देयर इज मोर ऑफ एंड्रोजन टू ईस्ट्रोजन कन्वर्जन. वी नो दिस, राइट? जितना ज़्यादा एंड्रोजन ईस्ट्रोजन बन जाएगा, एंड्रोजन कम हो जाएगा, मतलब टेस्टोस्टेरोन कम हो जाएगा, तो इरेक्टाइल डिस्फंक्शन विल सेट इन बिकॉज इट्स ऑलवेज डिपेंडेंट देयर समथिंग कॉल्ड एज TE रेशियो. वी नो दिस, नो? टेस्टोस्टेरोन ईस्ट्रोजन रेशियो. So as the estrogen will rise or testosterone will come down, erectile dysfunction will set in. Okay? Right. So what can we do for these males? प्रैक्टिकली अगर हम आंसर की बात करें तो हम फॉस्फोडाइस्टेरेज इनहिबिटर्स देते हैं. मोस्ट कॉमनली सिल्डेनाफिल देते थे, अभी नंबर 1 पे टेडालाफिल दे रहे हैं, राइट? सिल्डेनाफिल कितना देते हैं हम? यूजुअली 50 मिलीग्राम देते हैं, कभी कभी 100 भी जाते हैं. टेडालाफिल 5 और 10 mg होता है, हाफ आवर बिफोर द एक्ट, राइट? अब इसमें क्या होता है? इरेक्टाइल डिस्फंक्शन इज परसिस्टेंट इनएबिलिटी टू अटेन एंड मेंटेन एन इरेक्शन sufficient for sexual performance. We know this, right? So it can be either organic, psychogenic or mixed, right? And the drugs which cause erectile dysfunction includes antihypertensives, antidepressants, antipsychotics, GnRH analogs and antagonists. और इनके ट्रीटमेंट के लिए हम सेक्सुअल काउंसलिंग, लाइफस्टाइल मॉडिफिकेशन कर सकते हैं, और मेनली ड्रग वाइज हम PDE5 इनहिबिटर्स यूज करते हैं. ओके? सो अमंग ड्रग्स वैसे तो वी गिव सिल्डेनाफिल एंड टेडालाफिल. अगर हम इसमें टेस्टोस्टेरोन थेरेपी की बात करें तो शुड इट बी यूज्ड और नॉट? बताओ. टेस्टोस्टेरोन डायरेक्ट इंजेक्शन भी तो आती है ना, एक्वाविरॉन आता है, तो कैन बी, शुड वी यूज इट और नॉट? सोच के कुछ बताओ. अ कपल हैज इनफर्टिलिटी, 30-year female married for the past 3 years, unable to conceive. On detailed history taking, she comes up with a history of erectile dysfunction in the husband, so they are not able to complete the act. So what should be the treatment for this erectile dysfunction? Can we give him testosterone?
Pass again.
Yeah, so if there's a couple, some 30-year female with infertility, married for 3 years, gives a history of erectile dysfunction in the partner, so can we put him on testosterone for treatment of erectile dysfunction?
If you put on testosterone, his sperm count goes to zero because of the positive feedback mechanism with the FSH loss. So better not to put in the testosterone. Yeah.
So how does the sperm count go to zero?
When you give the testosterone with the positive, the FSH, the pituitary is downregulated by the testosterone. So FSH goes down, so the seminal distributes and the sperm production
Right.
goes
So
down.
it's the negative feedback by the testosterone. What happens when there is enough testosterone in the body, either produced inside or outside? That testosterone goes to the brain and says, we have enough testosterone, don't produce more. So the brain will not produce more of LH and FSH. So further intrinsic production will not happen. So spermatogenesis will not happen.
Yeah.
Right? So any
But ma'am, I have a question.
yes, yes.
Ma'am, I have seen a person who has very, very high level of testosterone, but still
Very
dealing
high
with
level of
erectile dysfunction.
very high level of
Testosterone, but still have erectile dysfunction.
So we need to know the source of this testosterone. What is happening very commonly nowadays with is a lot of abuse, the gym goers and everything. They are on some steroids they may not be aware of. So what is happening is
No,
they
ma'am.
may
That ma'am, he's not. matlab, the patient is not taking any kind of testosterone. He's not going to gym. He's a simple office guy, but his testosterone is very high. Even I saw. matlab, I have
any
saw
testicular
some
tumor, any
reports.
ultrasound done if it's very high.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Nothing else. I have seen his blood reports.
How
So his
high?
testosterone level, uh, ma'am, I don't know the numbers, but it was actually good. Matlab, actually
It was
high.
normal, it was extra high.
I think extra high, not normal. And he
Mm-hmm.
is not taking any kind of injections or other hormones, or he's not going to gym. वो कोई भी ऐसा supplement भी नहीं ले रहे हैं जिससे उनका testosterone बहुत ही high हो. But still, that person is dealing with the erectile dysfunction.
Right.
So
So
what is the problem with this? If testosterone level is good, then why
yes.
he is dealing with
So there
erectile
is something
dysfunction?
called as receptor not working. And that is also one of the causes of why it should go extra high. So what happens is there are certain diseases we talk of where the receptors are not working for a particular hormone. So once the
Okay.
receptor is not working, practically that hormone is not working. So once the body feels it's not working, it will further produce the hormone more to compensate for the receptor defect. Right?
Okay,
So
ma'am.
the hormone will be high, but the receptor defect will still be there and the functionality will still remain low. So this seems to be one of those. Right?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
It can be a receptor level defect usually. Now, how do we sort it? What is the way out for this male? Right?
Okay, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. So we can think of some other pathway we can use, like some PDE inhibitors, like the sildenafils and all. Sometimes because the mechanism is different. They don't actually increase the testosterone levels. What they exactly do is they try to increase the blood flow, like the vasodilatation. Right? So if we talk of the intercourse of the coital function, there we can use any of these and try. Right?
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So we have to be very sure of one thing. The take home from this slide, only two take homes. पहला है problem है तो sildenafil या tadalafil. Tadalafil is now preferred over sildenafil. Why? It has been reported to have lesser cardiovascular events compared to sildenafil. पहली बात. दूसरी बात, sildenafil is usually avoided in क्या बोलते हैं hypertensive males. Tadalafil में वो चीज़ थोड़ी कम गई है तो it can still be considered even in hypertensive. However, it's good if the BP is controlled. मतलब comparatively safer है from cardiovascular point of view. दूसरा important point इस slide से यही है, any male trying to conceive or मतलब not trying to conceive, who has not completed his family, even if it's an 18-year boy, unmarried, not trying to conceive, anyone who has not completed family should not be put on testosterone. We get it?
Yes, ma'am.
कोई भी मसल बनाना हो, कोई भी जिम जाना हो, एनी मेल, कुछ भी 18 साल में उनको नहीं पता है कि उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता फैमिली का, बट आगे जाके प्रॉब्लम आएगी. सो इट्स अ गुड आइडिया नॉट टू टेक टेस्टोस्टेरोन इन एनी फॉर्म एटलीस्ट टिल द फैमिली इज कंप्लीट. राइट? So what else can be done for the management? So these are usually theoretical things, so we don't usually do them, like the shock wave therapy, which is proposed as a treatment for vasculogenic so there's something called as vasculogenic erectile dysfunction. This happens because of the decreased blood flow to the penis. So how can we increase the blood flow there? That is one thing. And the other type we have is the vacuum erection devices. Those are also there. The third is the intracavernous injection of PRPs. So these are not hardly used. And then the stem cell and the angiogenic stimulation, right? But I have never used PRP for erectile dysfunction, to be true, because I use it for endometrium, I use it for ovaries, for females, hair में यूज़ करते हैं, बहुत सारी चीज़ों में यूज़ करते हैं, इसमें नहीं यूज़ किया है ना. So do not use PRP. What does the guideline say? Do not use PRP to treat erectile dysfunction outside the confines of a clinical trial, right? And implantation of a penile prosthesis can be considered if other treatment fails depending upon the patient preference. These are the guidelines. These are the European Association guidelines 2023. Okay. So these are
Can I
some more-
ask one thing, ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am,
yes.
why are we using this shockwave therapy to generate the veins in penis, or to increase the blood flow in penis? Why we are using shockwave therapy?
To increase the blood flow.
Okay,
Mainly
ma'am.
it is for vasculogenic. So if for some reason the vessels are damaged and the blood flow is reduced, so just to increase the blood flow, any form of shock in any part of the body is going to stimulate that part of the body to increase the blood flow to handle that stress, right? So it's primarily
ma'am.
vasculogenic.
And ma'am, what happened when the patient is suffering from this thing, diabetes, or sometimes they have high cholesterol levels, so the blood actually carries globules of fat and everything. That also hampers the function, the blood flow. And on that note, we will use this wave therapy.
To be true, we don't use wave therapy. That's what I told. I've never used wave
Okay.
therapy, never used vacuum erection devices, never PRP. What we practically do, practical answer, is we'll go with sildenafil tadalafil. If it does
Okay.
not work, then we have to see if there's any antihypertensive or any antidepressant which we can change to improve this thing. Otherwise, if there's a metabolic
Okay.
syndrome, anything which can help with that. Then there's something
Okay.
called as letrozole, which we sometimes give so that androgen to estrogen conversion थोड़ा control करके androgen हम थोड़ा बढ़ा लें. Any of these methods
Okay,
we
ma'am.
can try to use. If the family is complete and it's just erectile dysfunction just for fun, मतलब ना, then we can also consider testosterone. इतना तक we use. इसके बाहर shock wave, vacuum erection, PRPs, practically we have never used, right?
Okay, ma'am.
And इसके
Okay.
आगे, usually the couples won't come back for this. They'll usually, in this case, they'll come back for a fertility point of view, right? So with all
Yes,
of
ma'am.
these, usually if he's not getting an erection, he'll not be able to give a sample, right? उस case
Okay.
में we'll start doing all this treatment. We'll try to make him ejaculate via any of this. If it does not work out, we'll go with PISA. Take out the sample injection,
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Last class you told us about PISA
right?
and TESA. Okay.
So
Okay, ma'am.
basically what we आपस में से अगर वो नहीं देगा तो हम ले लेंगे, खत्म. इससे ऊपर कुछ
Okay,
नहीं.
ma'am.
Right? So
Yes,
let
ma'am.
him try. We'll do everything. If he's giving well and good, if not, we'll take out.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, can I ask one more thing?
Yes.
When we forcefully take out the semen sample, तब क्या sperm की quality जो हमें egg को fertilize करने के लिए, embryo बनाने के लिए जो sperm चाहिए, वो उस level का healthy sperm होगा?
It's a very good question. It's a very controversial question. Better quality मिलता है. How? I'll tell you. Because there are various techniques by which we take out. PISA, TISA, TESA, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं उसके अंदर. MISA, बहुत कुछ है. ठीक है? So what we say is
Yes, ma'am.
there are a lot of ADCs in the world. ना? The endocrine disrupting chemicals and a lot of stress and the ROS, the reactive oxygen species, and a lot of things, right? So the sperm
Yes,
is
ma'am.
immune to all of this when it is in the testis. जैसे जैसे वो बाहर आना शुरू होता है उसका रिएक्टिव ऑक्सीजन स्पीशीज का डैमेज एंड आरओएस और सब कुछ खराब होता जाता है. जितना ज्यादा
Okay,
बाहर से
ma'am.
होगे उतना आरओएस हाई आएगा. सो व्हेन वी डू
But ma'am, can you-
fragmentation, yes.
Okay.
So when we go for sperm
Ma'am,
DNA
जैसे
fragmentation,
what we have learned. Yes, ma'am.
one second.
मैम वो ग्लिच हो रहा है
अच्छा, जस्ट 1 सेकेंड. सो व्हेन वी गो फॉर स्पर्म DFI बोलते हैं ना, स्पर्म DNA फ्रेगमेंटेशन इंडेक्स, अगर हम DFI करा है किसी का और बहुत हाई आ रहा है, लाइक द स्पर्म इज रियली रियली बैड, वेरी हाई DFI, those cases also we choose to take out the sperm that is with very low DFI. Am I
ओके
audible?
मैम, बट मतलब व्हाट वी हैव, हमने जो पहले पढ़ा है उसमें ये चीज बहुत ही ऐसे बोला जाता है कि देयर आर मिलियन, थाउजेंड एंड मिलियंस ऑफ स्पर्म्स जो क्या कहते हैं फर्टिलाइज होने के लिए कहते हैं ना कि रेस में है, देन जो
Right.
सबसे फिटेस्ट होता है, द सर्वाइवल ऑफ द फिटेस्ट वाला थ्योरी वहां पे अप्लाई
वो
होता
रेस
है.
कहाँ हो रही
तो
है?
मैम
Where is the race happening?
यस मैम, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग कि क्या कहते
That's
हैं,
in the
तभी मैंने
female
पूछा
genital
कि
tract.
ओके, यस मैम,
So,
या
and when we are talking of the treatment, we are not entering the genital tract. We are into taking out the egg, taking out the sperm, injecting it.
अगेन हाँ.
So we
Yes,
are
ma'am.
वो पूरा
Okay.
रेस को हम उसका प्रिवेंट कर दे रहे हैं. आप मत सेलेक्ट करो बॉडी या फिजियोलॉजी या रेस, हम सिलेक्ट कर लेंगे. That is what we are replacing
हाँ,
all
okay.
right?
Okay,
And
ma'am.
the added
Okay.
benefit which we are getting is जो पूरा रास्ता और पूरा एक्सपोजर का जो DNA उसका खराब होना था ना, इतना माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया यूज करके रेस करके, वो सब कुछ प्रिवेंट कर लिया. वी डायरेक्टली सिलेक्टेड. So even it's one of the techniques used when the DFI is very high, we are getting take out.
ओके मैम,
Right? Yeah.
यस मैम.
So again we are back to here guidelines. So PDI 5 inhibitors, जैसे मैंने बोला, यही है फर्स्ट लाइन. This is what we give. Some topical intraurethral we don't give. Alprostadil as an alternative first line therapy can be given करके लिखा है, but see it is a weak recommendation, so we don't really do that. And this intracavernous injection also they say, but no, we don't practically do that. Okay.